Yeah. Glitch the guarantee. E&E. Put your boy shit. Glitch, nigga. Shit, I'm about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds, my Garcia can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no brakes. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no dates. Fuck around and end up gone. You get in this place. E&E, the shit that I claim. You dealing with grace. Took over the game by storm like Rain's mixtape. Thankfully, I've been up in smoke like my mixtape. Counting cheddar shit, I'm about to make a grilled cheese. Niggas be faker than bad bitches with good weeds. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough, you need the whole team. I've been a G since I could finish my ABCs. Kept it a buck so real niggas look up to me. This butcher boy shit get crazy. When it's sick of me, I'm coughing out these dope bars till they sick of me.
Can't get rid of me, still can't find a remedy. Still blowing palmers, if it comes to Hennessy. E&E, we own our shit independently. When I go out on a limb, I take extremities. I can see right through on transparency. Heard they self-esteem low, insecurities. Now or never, like glitch the guarantee. What's the recipe? King L's Reflection 3. All these chapters in my life, you can turn a page. Books can't tell you my story, gotta live a day. Glitch got my back, yeah, you can copy that. Man, we control the seat, you can copy that. Leave your whole state red like Republicans. Putting fire on the track, now it's bubbling. Put your boys E&E, you in trouble, kid. At first 100 mil, you can double it.
Let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Automatic nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. It's automatic nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Blow sick, corona, jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shining king under pressure. West side bad jacks, I took more to measure. Shave the extras, that's business, starter fees. Street blues, what I taught, royal blood flowing free. Power on my mind, knows the gang is kind. Read between the lines, it was in my eye. If they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Undefeated, ultra real, Fern Gully Mountain shit. Couple hot shots turn on the frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless features. Next year they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Now my flow imitate how I board the plane nonstop. The little J gon' take over with my time side.
Yeah, I get right to it. My nigga, we beg your pardon. We putting niggas back in boxes. Yeah, they be part of. My flow be retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My groove came back. This must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow belt. We all made it to the pros. This is how LaMelo felt. You better yell out help. Here come the double team. You catch me in the spot, then you know that the boy is clean. The Louis V look mean with the magazine. So if you try it, you get shot. No vaccine. If you asleep before I came, then I'm the caffeine. I pull the jokers out the deck. Yeah, there ain't no laughing. In CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan knock me off my chick. Something about the VVS when the sun is hitting. Should be flashing like the lights when you getting
Let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Brother of the Beard, aka back. Good day to everybody.
Meet the new standard in sleep. This is Pod 4 Ultra. It's
we here, man. We already won.
Yeah.
We already got the victory in the glory.
Glitch guarantee.
Last time I've been kicking a bit about the
E&E.
A lot of people talking about this.
2020 got me seeing
It
so
broke down how
clear.
it broke down over here.
Put your boy shit.
Y'all know what to do, man. Y'all see that dollar sign.
Lost and glitch. You cool nigga. This is the cool. We on the rise now, middle fingers in the sky now. Rolling haze, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listen in the top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E&E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Spalding. Ball looking for the fall-in, switches all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in. While you all talking, we smoking and coughing. Till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit. Killing in vain is vanity. Yeah. Do it again, it's insanity. Yeah. Nauseous a real vigilante. Yeah. Killing these kids is plan B. Yeah. Hood is too hot with an antifreeze. Yeah. Blowing on leaves from these planted trees. Don't break the code, this family. We cutting off legs like amputees. My flow is classic, antique. Yeah. Freaking the beat, is it Japanese? Yeah. Ever our cook is a masterpiece. Yeah. When money talkers, we Guapanese. Okay. Fire and flame mixed with gasoline. Passing my sons, that's a legacy. Study the gang, how they testing me. Yeah. They dropped the ball, man, that's incomplete. Beat them so bad, make them retreat. Yeah. All of these gems you can retweet. Yeah. Play with your boys on repeat. You pay the price with your receipt. Yeah. Below $1 million, flipping it. Okay. Everyday noise get sickening. Trying to flip bills to trillions. Turning these good girls to villains. Lyrics is sick. Butcher with shit. Any clip what we represent. Put it on wax like a candlestick. We moving units and measurements. Cooking it up in the lab. We just performing experiments. Since I'm the bomb atomic, these rappers out of my element.
We on the rise now, middle fingers in the sky now. Rolling haze, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listen in the top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E&E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Spalding. Poor looking for the fall-in, soldiers all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in. While you all talking, we smoking and coughing. Till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit.
Glitch, nigga, perfected my flow. If I'm on the track, then you know it's a go. The guarantee, nigga, and I guarantee treat the gas like the Clippers. You know I'm a choke. Only exotic when blowing the smoke. No one ahead of me. I got the recipe. Do this shit easily. This is my destiny. Sick throwing lobs. I'm dunking on everything. Niggas is sick, and I got the remedy. What I prescribe is extra artillery. Get in my zone and start going berserk. I'm feeling like Clay when he went off for 60. With the bullshit, swear to God you can miss me. Best friends with the money, Aaliyah and Missy. I come from the bottom, to try me is risky. Throwing this K like that bitch is a frisbee. Real talk, let me lock in, show these niggas what I do. Axe Rain, I'll be standing next to players too. Front line shit, nigga, I'm the fucking truth. Top 6 ever of the 5 in my group. Niggas still bang top down in the coop. Put your boy up and we coming for the loot. E&E shit, we the best, yeah, it's true. This the guarantee, nigga, this is what I do.
Yeah, I already know. I can't walk with the bro. You know. Y'all, this is on the phone with my brother Nino, man. You know I'm talking about, it's my lifelong brother. Y'all on Facebook, if y'all know me, y'all know my brother Nino. You know I'm talking about? Yeah, Nino said he about to slide through real quick and tap in with his brother, man. Listen here, man. What's good with everybody? Hold on for a minute. What's good with everybody, man? Y'all know we bike early Saturday. I don't work on Saturdays. You know what I mean? I chill and relax on Saturdays because I work all through the week. You know what I'm saying? I have my actual job plus other stuff I'll be doing, plus the show. You know what I'm saying? So on my Saturdays, I relax. I don't do nothing. I don't clean up around the house or none of that stuff. I just fall back and I clean up and all that stuff, do my laundry and all that on Sunday, and chill out. On Saturday, I relax and fall all the way back. You know, the most work I do is what I'm doing right now with y'all, sitting here doing this show, because for one, this is important to me personally as a Black man and as a father. And, you know, this situation is causing lots of controversy, and it actually coincides with a lot of things that I'll be discussing with y'all. I mean, it literally coincides a lot of stuff that I'll be discussing over here. Right, now let's first say off top, rest in the essence to our young brother, Ryan Hinton, right? Another one of our young black brothers basically executed by law enforcement, or should I say, a member of law enforcement. Let's be all the way right and exact here. And also rest in essence to the retired officer who lost his life as a result of our young brother Ryan losing his life. Right? You know what I'm talking about? And when it comes to Rodney Hinton, let's just pray that the Most High God, Yeshua Mashiach, have mercy on his soul. Right? In no shape, form, or I'm gonna get to that in a second. Hold on. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm smoking right now. You know what I'm talking about? You know, and I'm trying to refrain from smoking on camera. You know what I mean? But this situation is causing quite the controversy, as situations like this always will and do. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's a very sensitive situation, a very unfortunate situation, and stuff like this, sadly enough, cannot be prevented. Okay, I'm not gonna say cannot be prevented. I'm gonna say it will not be prevented, right? Because stuff like this is actually made to happen. I want y'all to understand, when I say it made to happen, I'm not talking like conspiracy theory, spooky stuff. I'm talking about how society is set up and engineered to create situations that would spawn such a situation as this one right here, right? Allegedly, our young brother Ryan Hinton, rest in the essence to the young brother, right? This young man to the left of us, this young brother to the, you know what I'm saying? My father said to the left. This young brother on the right-hand side of the screen, and his father to the left, right? This young brother allegedly jumped in a stolen car with 2 or 3 other young brothers, and I guess got into a pursuit with the police. We about to get to it. I'm about to play news clips and all that. But I'm telling y'all right now, this is how we do it. Though we're gonna play still images while we do the audio on my jack, because listen here, man, YouTube and them is not playing with this copyright stuff, y'all. We gotta box cleverly. Y'all gonna have to, you know. So I know the I know the videos and seeing that type of stuff, you know, adds a little bit more substance to the content, but you know, the copyright, YouTube is starting to get out of control with the copyright stuff, man. And when they start doing stuff like that, y'all, I want y'all to understand that that's the unintelligent artificial intelligence trying to prevent certain people from saying or using certain other content that normally would be under fair use. Now they making it restricted to certain people, so certain people can't get certain perspectives off that people would more than likely be more susceptible to go along with, based on the substance of visual and audio evidence from other sources that could corroborate what they are saying or the point they're trying to get across to you, right? I want y'all to understand how the unintelligent artificial intelligence works, man. You know? Man, this is just getting out of control, man. Like, seriously. Right? Going down in my state, man. Going down in my state. Goddamn, y'all, man. Hold on, let me corroborate this to make sure this is actual factual. Make sure this is official, like a referee with a whistle for y'all. Well, let me go to the Google. That's what I need to do. This is just too crazy right here. This is really let me type this in. And then, okay, hold on. Hold on. This is crazy, y'all. Mother of a man killed by Medina County deputy alleges he was shot 15 times. Oh, man, that's crazy. I'll look into that to see how official that actually is. Right. But yeah, though, back to our brothers, Rodney and Ryan, rest in the essence to our young brother. Right. You know? And it's funny how this wasn't really put on the news for real. You know, maybe this just made the local news in Cincinnati or something. I don't know. You know? Right? This is our young brother right here, man. This is crazy, man. For real, man. This is wild as hell, man. Like, and I'm telling y'all what they doing with this copyright stuff, man. They ain't playing no games. Right?
Attorneys representing the
Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man.
As we told you earlier, Rodney Hinton Jr. is accused of killing Deputy Larry Henderson one day after his son was killed by a police officer.
This happened just hours after CPD showed Hinton and other family members video of that deadly shooting. And many of you have commented online saying the release of body cam footage in just 24 hours seems rushed, especially for a grieving family. WCPO 9 News reporter Andrew Roman explains why that timeline is standard protocol for Cincinnati police.
As the chief for the city of Cincinnati and this police department, my commitment is to transparency.
Police Chief Teresa Fiji telling the Buzz radio host Lincoln Ware about the moments she reviewed body camera footage with the Hinton family.
I think like any family member, they were all distraught over what they just saw.
Did he get up abruptly and just walk out of the room, or did he?
He did leave the room, yes.
All of a sudden, he left the room.
Yeah, okay. He walked out.
Whenever there is a police shooting, body camera footage is released 24 hours after that shooting. A police lieutenant tells me that is standard protocol put into place by Police Chief Teresa Fiji herself.
I have nothing to hide. I will share whatever I can share throughout
Even if
this
it's not
process.
favorable for the police, you will share.
XL Pro was handing down
what information, what factual information I have.
3 investigations are simultaneously underway. One by the homicide unit, one internally, and one by the Citizens Complaint Authority. The city is relying on its collaborative agreement, a document that's become a national model for community police relations, born out of the civil unrest in 2001 when an officer shot and
Pay attention to the words that they're using in the media. I keep telling y'all, man, y'all have to pay attention to the catchphrase words, man. Y'all have to pay attention. Y'all got to understand what's going on here, man. I talk to y'all all the time about NLP. NLP. I talk to y'all about that all the time. Right? All the time I tell y'all about NLP. Right? If y'all paying attention, y'all hear me occasionally bring this up. Right? I bring this up on occasion, right? To give a little bit of emphasis on what I mean when I be talking about pay attention to the speech, to the words, the jargon that's being used in the media. These words is what's known as neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP, in professional circles, right? And when you hear words like civil unrest, right, understand what that is doing, right? And we've been seeing lots of civil unrest in society. And I just want y'all to pay attention to the correlation to the words being used by the media and what's actually happening in real life. And as a result of repeating this phrase over and over, we're starting to see civil unrest. Y'all know what civil unrest is, right? And what is one of the two major things that contributes to civil unrest? Ideologically based violence and violent radicalization. I keep telling y'all that HR 1955 is in full effect, man. It's going to be, it's looking like it's going to be too late before all of y'all realize the importance of why I talk about it so much. You know what I'm talking about? But you know what I mean? Like I said, I'll just tell y'all about it. It's up to y'all if y'all gonna go do your due diligence or not. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man. I just wanted to stop the video right there, the audio right there, because I want y'all to pay attention to the word like civil unrest. I keep telling y'all, man, what they is trying to entice us, coerce us, manipulate us, influence us into breaking out in massive civil unrest. Right? This is why they got HR 1955. This is why they have violent radicalization, ideologically based violence. You know, the only way you can truly enforce and impose how can I say this, man? A global government starting in a country like America is you have to make everything illegal, because that will give the okay for such a system to be put in place, or at least much things as possible. Understand what I just said. Y'all heard me correct. You have to make everything legal in order to impose such a system, because that is the only situation in which such a system would even be accepted. Because if it's an anything goes society, it means it's going to be high crime, right? Right? And there's always going to be not enough people who's willing to do the job to police each other. Mr. O, what's happening, Joe? What's to you? As y'all say in the shy, what's to you? All right? We talking about our brothers Rodney Hinton and Ryan Hinton, rest in the essence of Ryan Hinton, right? And I want y'all to understand when they use phrases like civil unrest, that is preemptive programming. That is getting this word implanted into your psyche so you get used to hearing it, coupled with what you seeing going on in actual society, and you'll connect and correlate through word association what civil unrest is, right? But it's not limited to just that. Think about when I talk to y'all about ideologically based violence. That can be contributed to civil unrest, or violent radicalization, which is a result of ideologically based violence. They go hand in hand, but ideologically based violence is not physical, and violent radicalization doesn't necessarily have to be physical either. And I want y'all to understand what that means when I just said that, man. But once again, it's going down in my state in Cincinnati. Shout out to all my brothers in the Natty, you feel me? Man, you know, brother Rodney wasn't having it, man. And listen here, let's just say this. What our brother Rodney did, as far as the act itself, was totally uncalled for, very illegal, right? Didn't have to happen. It really shouldn't have happened. But, you know, as a result of what happened prior to that, it happened. Listen, y'all don't get to choose how people respond to things that happen to them that will result in them experiencing, feeling some type of tragedy, especially when it comes to the loss of a loved one, especially come the loss of your son, right? And I'm not in any way validating what Rodney did. I'm not in any way saying he was right for what he did, because he was not. He was wrong. He should not have reacted in such a way, right? But what I also will say is, I don't know my brother Rodney personally. I don't know what he had going on in his life. Maybe it was things that contributed him so willingly to snap like that. I'm not so willing to condemn and vilify my brother without knowing anything about him. Right? Because to my knowledge, he was at least involved in his son's life. So, I mean, he get a lot of points just off of that back for being my brother. Right? You know what I'm saying? People is tired. I mean, what do you think is going to happen or eventually come to? People is tired of the police shooting and offing their kids, man. This ain't the first time. Sadly, it ain't going to be the last time, man. It's going to be another cops, white cops, whatever, shoot some other black boy. Right? But how much of that is going to go on until people start feeling some type of way about it? Right? Rodney wasn't going. And we could sit here and get into the whole arguments of, well, he did to, and we know that's why they said it's not right, man. It's not right at all. But look at what happens as a result of what I said earlier. No conspiracy stuff, but how society is set up and engineered to create these type of situations. This is what I mean when I say this stuff is made to happen. And by made to happen, I mean how society is set up to create the environment for certain things to more than likely happen. You know what I'm saying? High probability. You hear me? We're dealing with etc. We're dealing with the etc. agenda. Y'all don't know nothing about the et cetera agenda, do you? Yeah, man. Neurolinguistic programming. Just keep that in mind, y'all, man, right? I'm going to put our brothers back on the screen, man. Rest in essence to our young brother Ryan, man. Our young brother should still be here too, man. You know what I mean? I do think police need to use a little bit more discretion. I think police need to use a little bit more tact, a little bit more intervention, you know what I'm saying, of a non-physical way if it's not absolutely life-threatening. I mean, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I could see if somebody is like blamming at you, you know what I'm saying? I could see if they're even blatantly, clearly waving the jaw at you. You know what I'm talking about? But when people have their backs turned and you can't really tell what's in their hand, I think police should be trained to the extent that they have to, beyond a reasonable doubt of anybody, any situation, whether it's they got it on their field vest, on their chest camera, that'll clearly show, you know what I'm saying, what happened. And in this video, you don't clearly see what's happening. You just don't. All right. All right. Hold on real quick, y'all. Hold on real quick. You know what I'm talking about? And yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to assess the situation. And I think police should be trained to the extent that they don't pull their guns unless it's an absolute must that they do that. You know what I mean? Like, I can see if it's a close proximity thing. Man, come on, man. Y'all police be so quick to up the pipe and so quick to like pull the trigger. I just seen so many videos. I'm like, man, you feel me? Unless a person is armed with a gun, aimed with it aimed at you, or I mean, cops should be trained to a degree of physicality that they probably tend to be a little bit more prone in skills in self-defense and tactical training than the average citizen, right? So basically what I'm saying is cops should be able to be at a physical level where they will probably be able to subdue the average citizen who probably isn't, right? Think about what I just said, man. And yes, I'm serious about what I just said. That means I think the cops should be able to use physical force. Yes, if they need to, yes. I think the cops should be able to defend themselves. And if somebody get rowdy, I think a cop should be able to handle them physically without using their gun. I believe that pistols should be used as an absolute last resort. Like your life has to really be in danger, right? Now, this being said, this would keep cops on their toes about physically engaging people because most people aren't going to physically initiate physical engagement with police. You might got a few crazies out there that might try to fire on the police, swing on the police, whatever, but most people ain't about to try to get it in with the cops. Right? You know what I'm talking about? I'm just saying some skills that these people should. So knowing that this type of training exists, it's either that they're not showing the cops this type of training or they're intentionally showing them not, you know. Because I don't understand, all police and agencies have gotten anti-terrorist training. All police and agencies have that training. Anybody that works in such a field, that like if you working like a penitentiary as a CO, you didn't have some civil unrest training. You didn't have some massive civil unrest training. You hear me? All that stuff, man. The police go through y'all. You didn't have goddamn it, like I said, civil unrest training, hand-to-hand combat, restraining techniques. You know, if you in any type of law enforcement, security, you've been taught this stuff through your job, right? So, you know, man, I said all that to say that police should be able to assess the situation. I'm not saying police should be out here picking fights with us. I'm just saying, though, like, it should be, you know, of a last resort. You know what I'm talking about, to pull that damn pistol is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? And you might not always have to pull your pistol as a police officer to subdue somebody. I believe if police are physically fit enough to de-escalate a situation and handle it without having to use their firearms, I believe that is okay, because that's what the police for. Like I said, most people don't try to get into physical altercations with the police. Most people comply with the police, right? Sometimes the police be on some bullshit, though. So where does the line come from the police being able to use de-escalation techniques to de-escalate a situation, and from citizens being able to defend themselves from cops who feel like they can put their hands on people? You understand what I'm saying? And then when it comes to cops, like, what cops assess a situation before even using their hands, if they do, before just quickly pulling a pistol? Like, what exact type of training is being done at the police academy to where cops are just so quick to just pull the pistol out? Right? Y'all got to keep in mind that a lot of cops who come and be the police be ex-military. These are guys who just be fresh from Afghanistan, Iraq, Ukraine, Kuwait, you know what I'm talking about, all over the world, South America, you know what I'm talking about, Africa, you know, they be everywhere doing what we know, I mean, God knows what, right? So when it comes to our brother Ryan, you know what I'm talking about, before it could even be assessed that he was a threat to their lives in any way, it was, before it could even be assessed if he even in fact had a gun. I mean, did they recover a gun from Ryan? I'm still waiting to hear anything about that. You know what I'm talking about?
And killed Timothy Thomas.
My ask is for them to be patient and show why we are the gold standard of police community relations.
In a statement, Mayor Aftab Purival said, in part, the collaborative agreement was built for our most challenging time. He said transparency and accountability are being put front and center in this process. Reporting downtown, Andrew Rowan, WCPO 9 News.
So last week's shooting was the 6th time in 9 weeks that Greater Cincinnati law enforcement officers had shot someone.
The WCPO 9 team's been looking into those incidents to see if there's anything that we can learn from them. I-Team reporter Jan Monk in studio right now to share what he found. Dan?
Tanya, I sat down with former UC Police Chief Gene Ferrara, who has been involved in law enforcement training for more than 50 years. And we talked about that recent spate of shooting incidents in Covington and Laughlin, Florence, Claremont County, not to mention 2 since early March in the city of Cincinnati. He said there is a lot to be learned from a lot of those cases, but not what's causing them right now.
Number one, that's a lot, but if you're looking for why, there's no why. There's no, they're all random acts.
So can you tell me why there have been 6 in the last several weeks?
No, I think the most important thing for people to understand is police officers are not trained to act. They're trained to react. What the officer does is contingent upon what the person that they are confronting does.
But there is one obvious difference between.
And now let me tell you what I don't like about that right there, because that's saying that it's the police word against ours. That's saying if the police said this is what it is, then that's what it is, and that's not what it is most of the time. Y'all got to understand the environment that such legislation that leads to stuff like this happening is going to create. And it would be, how can I say this, man? It would be very asinine of us who are critical thinkers to think that this stuff is just randomly happening out of the blue. Like this is just like a random thing that I guess now we got to get used to happening. Nah, I'm not going, and neither should y'all. Right? And you know, I normally don't tell y'all what y'all should and shouldn't do. But nah, we shouldn't be so willing and easily to accept this stuff that they be telling us on the news, because they've been proving the lie to us so many times. I don't believe nothing these people be saying. I don't believe anything they're saying. Right? They released the footage and it's still not clear.
Cincinnati's handling of these cases compared to other departments. Cincinnati releasing body cam video within a day of both incidents. Other departments took up to 17 days. And Ferrara told me that he wouldn't be surprised if that approach comes under review in the weeks ahead.
Thank you very much, Dan. So I did reach out to the city manager and the mayor today about everything.
Come on, man.
Are your day-to-day expenses piling up? Do you need $100 but don't want to deal with credit checks or high interest rates? Have you heard of Credit Genie? Credit Genie? Yeah, it's an app that can get you $100 instantly. No credit checks and no interest rates. Let me download this app right now. I don't believe you. With Credit Genie, you can get the cash you need when you...
Craig, Tanya, a very emotional news conference wrapping up. You had family members multiple times breaking down into tears. It's obvious that this is still very fresh and very painful for them. We heard from attorneys representing the estate of Ryan Hinton, along with his own family, grandfather, grandmother, little sister, cousin. They wanted to share more about how they are remembering Hinton after his death. But the press conference began with attorneys offering condolences to the family of retired Hamilton County Sheriff's Deputy Larry Henderson. They consider his death another tragic loss. Family called the media here to speak on the life of Ryan Hinton, but also to raise questions after reviewing body camera footage from his death. Their main question is this: was the officer justified in using deadly force?
As I seen in the video about my grandson, I seen two scared people. I seen the officer scared and I seen my grandson scared. So it's an unfortunate incident that happened. So that's all I seen. It was like, I didn't see the police there trying to kill. No. What I seen was two persons made a mistake. My grandson made a mistake being there, and the officer, he was trying to get back to his family too.
And this is the stuff I be talking about, man. Stuff like that, man. We can't have that, man. You feel me? Of course, if Ryan was doing anything he wasn't supposed to be doing, you know what I'm saying? That's something that would have ended up being found out through the legal process, man. But you know what I'm saying? Just gunning the dude down without no, like, you know what I'm saying? Without like no real life solid proof for doing it. It's just like, it's like cops got a license to straight kill out there, man. And it's like, and just like that dude just said, man, it's like the cops is like, it's their word. Like, we got to believe them because they police. The police said this will happen and this is what it is. And I don't trust the police for the most part. I don't believe what they say. You know what I'm talking about? I don't believe nothing they say because they've been proven a lie so many times before. You know? Crazy, man. Listen to this dude.
We're also learning more new information tonight. Hinton's family says he attended Don High School before it shut down. He was not in school at the time of his death. Family and attorneys didn't dispute otherwise that Hinton was sitting in a stolen car or had a gun on him at the time of the incident. His cousin says, however, he should not have been in that stolen car because he was locked out of the house the night before.
I was asleep. Ryan, I'm so sorry. This was never supposed to happen to you. Ever. I'm so sorry, Ryan. I'm so sorry, Ryan. Just know he wants us to be there.
Like we said, a very, very emotional press conference that wrapped up about an hour ago. The family is asking the public not to rush to judgment. Their attorneys are reviewing every report.
Man, he ain't had no goddamn gun in his hand,
At that
man.
point, attorneys say they will announce what, if any, steps they will take. We also asked about Ryan's father, Rodney Hinton Jr. Family did not want to take many questions regarding him, though we can tell you he faces aggravated murder charges, and he will be back in court tomorrow for a bond hearing. He's currently in custody at the Claremont County Jail. We're live in Coreyville.
Just sad, man, for real, man. Like, it's the whole situation, you know?
Welcome back. An Ohio man charged with fatally.
It's just
Welcome
crazy,
back. An
man,
Ohio
you
man
know?
charged with fatally striking a deputy with his car last week pleaded not guilty in court today. Rodney Hinton Jr. is accused of killing the retired sheriff's deputy just one day after Hinton's own son was shot and killed by police from a different department. We saw a dramatic scene in court today after commotion erupted in the courtroom gallery where the hearing was being held. Joining us now, NBC News correspondent Shaquille Brewster in Cincinnati. Shaq, walk us through what we heard and saw in that rowdy courtroom today.
Yes, and Clay, that commotion that you were just playing there really underscores the emotion that's being felt in this case. And that was the crux of the argument that we heard from the defense attorney really for the first time in this proceedings. The defense attorney not disputing that his client was involved in the crash that led to the death of Deputy Henderson, not disputing the idea that it was an intentional crash, but instead saying it was his emotional state that led him to act in this manner, saying that he was responding emotionally after seeing a video of his son being killed by an officer from a different department. That's something that was backed up by a family member who I spoke to after that hearing about the mental state and demeanor of the suspect, of the defendant in this case. Listen to a little bit of that conversation.
I can only imagine what you felt when you see that video. Because when I finally seen it, and I watched that video from the beginning to the end, and watched my nephew drop the way they dropped. It was like my soul left my body.
Y'all hear that? So, you know, I mean, listen, man. And I'm like I say, man, not justifying it or anything, man, but we got to keep it 100, man. Clearly, when Rodney seen that footage of what his, you know, allegedly was his son running away with a gun, and he actually seen the actual footage, it enraged him because he probably seen that his son wasn't a threat. Like, he just was probably scared. Like, you probably could have ran and tackled the little dude. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he probably even had no gun. Right? Contrary to popular opinion, everybody ain't like that, man. Right? My thing is, did they retrieve a gun from his person? Or did they get it from out the car, or they get it from off of Ryan's person? You know?
Robert Hinton, he pleaded not guilty in that courtroom. We can expect an updated plea to come once an indictment is officially filed.
Yeah, a lot of emotion today, Shaq. And I know also tributes are pouring in for the deputy killed last.
This dude's name is Shaquille. You can't be calling him Shaq. He ain't Shaq, man. What's wrong with y'all?
So the court will now set no bond until Tuesday.
Of course, you know they gave him no bond.
On top of that, many in Memphis are continuing to react to the not guilty verdicts in the death of Tyree Nichols.
Listen, I want y'all to pay attention to all of this stuff, man. Pay attention to all of this stuff going on. They're trying to cause massive emotional instability. This is a prime example of ideologically based violence and using it to violently radicalize people. What our brother Rodney did was definitely violent, was a result of being violently radicalized when he saw his son being gunned down on camera by the Cincinnati Police Department, which enraged him to the point to where he was driving around and allegedly in a fit of rage ran into an area where some police was at and off the so-called retired sheriff, policeman, whatever this guy was, rest in essence to him. Right? I want y'all to think about this, man. Think about the implications of stuff like this happening, man. Try to put on a journalistic hat and take a approach to this without involving your emotions, which I know is very difficult for a lot of y'all to do. But I promise you, once y'all start to remove and I'm not saying remove your emotions, I'm saying remove the emotion from it, right? Which makes you able to better not use yours because you're not judging it from an emotional standpoint. It's just basically for what it is, right? Look at all this stuff that's happening, man. You got this situation in Cincinnati. Just a couple months ago, we had the so-called neo-Nazis down there with the mask and causing ruckus trying to, but homies came through and G-checked that shit. Now you got in Cincinnati, once again, you got this situation going on. I want y'all to pay attention to what I talk about when I talk about violent radicalization and ideologically based violence. And while we will be deemed as homegrown terrorists for displaying such behavior, we'll be called homegrown terrorists. But see, the police department can do it. Everybody else can do it. Right? And I want y'all to pay attention to that, man. We're being violently radicalized. You got to ask yourself, why would our government want us to intentionally be riled up? Right? Why would they want us to cause massive civil unrest? Who would benefit if society just was to fall apart and we just become a lawless society because we done defunded the police, because the police keep shooting our kids, which leads to brothers who probably got a decent life going for themselves to crash out and go do what he did. Right? Think about that cycle right there, man. Who is in a position to even manufacture such things to come about? Not none of us. So, you know, I challenge y'all's thoughts on that, man. Versus getting emotionally involved with this, which is a very emotional situation, right? But it's a situation that has been tactically put together. So many factors have to be implemented in order to bring about the type of environment that would even create such a situation. You feel me? And I want y'all to understand when I say that, man, what I mean when I say that, man. Rest in the essence to young Ryan, man. This is just terrible, man. This is terrible, man.
Seeing that. Next tonight, authorities in Ohio say the man who allegedly rammed his car into a sheriff's deputy, killing him, did so intentionally. The suspect appearing in court today is the father of an 18-year-old killed in an officer-involved shooting on Thursday. The suspect charged with aggravated murder. Here's ABC's Christiane Cordero.
Tonight, authorities say the shooting of an 18-year-old captured on police body cam is connected to the death of an Ohio deputy after that teen's father allegedly hit him with a car a day later. Prosecutors say the attack was calculated and premeditated. Cincinnati PD responding to reports of a stolen Kia at an apartment building Thursday morning. 4 suspects then fleeing police. Among them, 18-year-old Ryan Hinton. Body camera shows Hinton fall as he tries to run away. Police say they heard a metal clinking sound they believe was a gun.
A metal clinking sound they believed was a gun. See that right there, man? That's what I'm talking about right there, man. Because most people ain't running around with pistols on them, believe it or not. As armed as America is, especially in Ohio, which is a state where you can get your license, you can get your concealed weapon license, you can go to open carry and all of that. And with all of that, people just don't normally be strapped up in Columbus or even in Ohio like that, man. More than likely, you're going to come across somebody and not going to have a gun on them. Even these so-called YNs, all the YNs ain't got no damn pistol on them, man. My thing is, did they recover the pistol from this young brother's body? Well, I gotta get real specific with it. I gotta get specific with it, man. Right? Investigations underway. I guess they don't have that information available yet. Right?
Here today, a homicide detective shared a new detailed timeline of Rodney Hinton Jr.'s alleged actions before crashing into Deputy Henderson. WCPO 9 News reporter Jay Shakur walks us through it.
Here's what we know right now about Rodney Hinton.
This from 3 days ago.
On Friday, a Cincinnati police detective said on May 2nd, shortly after 9:30 that morning, Rodney Hinton Jr., along with family, viewed body camera footage of a Cincinnati police officer shooting and killing his 18-year-old son, Ryan Hinton, the day before. Police say officers found Ryan and 3 other young men in a stolen Kia. When police arrived, the 4 men ran. Police ran after them, and officers say Ryan had a gun, and it was pointed toward an officer who shot him twice.
Okay, so they saying he had a gun. They said he pointed it at the officer, and the officer shot him twice. Okay, they saying it's like a 2-tone gun. You know, y'all like them old funny colored looking guns nowadays. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all like them funny colored looking guns.
Killing him. The footage, which is a bit.
They don't show footage of Ryan with the gun in his hand. They don't show him pointing it at the cop. So how are we to believe that that's what happened? I don't. It can show Rodney, or should I say not Rodney, it can show Ryan running from in between the trash cans. He looked like he had a goddamn purse on. Rest in the essence to my young brother. But it looked like he had a goddamn purse around his damn arm, chest. But I didn't see clearly in his hand, he didn't have no gun. And I don't believe the cops saying that he pointed the gun at them. If he pointed the gun at them, why is that not clearly showing up on the body cam? Because his body cam would clearly show Ryan up in pipe, pause, up in strap, pause, up in the Roscoe. Right? I'm looking at this footage and I've been analyzing it. I'm like, I don't see no gun in his hand.
Police did say after reviewing that body cam video shortly after 10:30 a.m., Rodney leaves Cincinnati to the ground.
Like, he didn't have a gun, man.
Police did say after reviewing. The four men ran. Police ran after them.
Come on,
and
man.
officers say Ryan had a gun, and it was pointed toward an officer who shot him.
Now, peep this. As they said, cops said he had a gun. They show a picture of what looks like Ryan kneeling on the ground, and hey, hold on real quick, y'all. Hey, baby, hold on real quick, y'all. My fault. So that was my daughter calling me, man. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Jim. But yeah, though, I don't see I don't see no guns. I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to like be fair right here, y'all.
What an officer who shot him twice, killing him. The footage, which is a bit blurry at times, shows the shooting and
like
Ryan falling to the ground. Police did say after reviewing.
Yeah, they stop right there though. Like I say, man, the video that they have of Ryan on camera doesn't show him at no point pointing the pistol at them. It showed him on the ground. It showed him running between the trash cans. It shows him, running from the trash cans, clutching the purse. I mean, he definitely is reaching in, or look like he's reaching inside, but you can't clearly see anything in his hand, and he clearly didn't point anything. And then he got gunned down like that. And I'm just saying, man, like, y'all cops are supposed to be trained to, you know what I'm saying, assess situations, man. You know what I'm saying? And assess situations, you know what I'm saying, properly. And, you know what I'm saying, with some tact and some skill, and being able to tell somebody is, you know, basically, and I say this to be fair, because like I said, I would like to think that cops are trained in specific areas of tactical training, close quarter combat training, hand-to-hand training, weapons training, logistics. I'm talking about like assessment, crowd assessment, civil unrest. Y'all trained in this stuff. So I would think that would give y'all like a 1-up on most average citizens, right? So I think y'all would be having a more skill set in that directly. Y'all will be able to assess confrontation a little bit more skillfully than the rest of us, right? Meaning that when it came in this situation right here, you will be tactically trained enough to understand that a person is a threat until you actually see them with a weapon in their hand, and it is as that pointed at you, right? And then they like fired at you. Now, I say that to say that all of this should have been on camera. Why we don't see Ryan pointing the pistol? We don't see that at no point in the video that we've been shown is Ryan pointing the pistol, which more than likely means it wasn't called for the police to even draw his weapon, right? Because the picture of the gun, if this is the same gun that Ryan had on him, and that's what I'm stuff like that. The gun they showing, how do we know that that's the gun Ryan had on him? How do we know that? Right? How do we know that this was the gun he had on him?
Blurry at times shows the shooting and Ryan falling to the ground. Police Then say after reviewing that body.
Right? Like, how do we know that this is the gun he had on him, man? Stuff like that. That's the questions I ask. This is a two-tone, look like a Ruger or maybe a SIG or something like that. It's like tannish with a black slide on it, black little extendo clip hanging out of it. I'm just saying, man, how do we even know that this is the gun that they got off of Ryan's person? How do we know this? How can we corroborate this? Shouldn't his video camera from his body cam show that? Shouldn't it show him approaching Ryan's deceased body? This gun looked like it was taken from somewhere in the cut by the bushes, man. And this is the questions we got to ask, man. We got to ask the real questions, man. We can't just be accepting this stuff, man. I don't believe anything the police is saying about this. I don't believe anything the news is saying about this. They can show us the body cam, shaky, chasing Ryan. I wonder what footage Rodney saw to make him snap and go do what he did to that other officer. That's the footage we should be asking to see. What about the footage right? What about the footage that Rodney saw, right, as a father that made him go into a fit of rage like that and go and do what he did? Because y'all ain't showed us that footage. You did? Y'all haven't showed us that footage. Not even a little bit. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not validating or rationalizing Rodney's behavior, man. I'm just saying, man, not everybody's going to react or respond in the same way to these situations, man. Unfortunately, you don't get to choose how people are going to react or respond to your aggression, to your actions that may result in somebody who they love being not here no more or severely hurt or damaged physically in some way or emotionally. Right? I'm not saying that it was right. I'm not saying that Rodney is justified in his actions. I'm not saying that at all. That person that he ran into as a result of what he was involved with concerning his son ain't had nothing to do with nothing besides the fact that he was police or ex-police. Right? Am I saying that? Should Rodney be exonerated? Am I saying that he's not guilty? Am I saying he's innocent? No, I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is our brother Ronnie deserves a fair share at trial for his transgressions like anybody else. I'm not saying he deserves a slap on the wrist. I'm not saying that he deserves. I'm saying that he should get the due justice that he should get fairly, as anybody else would who did anything similar to what he did. He shouldn't be denied bail. He shouldn't be denied access to acquiring funds to take care of his legal defenses if he isn't able to do that on his own. He should be able to, like how this white girl, Shiloh Hendricks, just sit up there and call that little African boy the N-word, and she was able to get $650,000. Our brother Rodney, who did what he did, should be able to run up a $650,000 check for his legal defense for the rest of what happened as a result with his son. Because if y'all surely backing her for calling somebody the N-word, y'all surely would back him for doing what he did. Because guess what? It's equal. It's equivalent. How about that? Because if we're going to live in a fair society, right, sin is sin no matter what it is. Calling somebody the N-word is just as serious as somebody who goes in a fit and rage and goes and off an ex-cop due to police offing his son. Wherein lies the difference? Which one is more or less severe? Who decides that? Who determines that? And see, now we're going down a slippery slope. Because now we're seeing here, we're categorizing trauma as if some trauma is not as serious as other trauma. And that's a dangerous place to be, y'all. Because when we start to get in that aspect, when we start to get in that arena, now we giving some entity the right to decide for us what we can and can't do, what we can and can't say, what is and what is not acceptable as far as behavior in society, in a so-called free society, because we don't want to do stuff because somebody might get offended by it. I want y'all to understand what type of society that type of ideology and mentality creates, where everybody's just so sensitive and soft and offended, and can't nobody be offended and can't nobody be challenged or make mistakes or feel something different than what the norm is. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all don't want to sit up here and even think about what type of society this is creating, man. All in efforts to fight for what you think is right. I'm telling y'all, man, where this stuff is heading, man. Let's go, man.
Returned to the parking lot around 12:40 p.m. They say Hinton came back to pick up a car left behind, and then for a second time,
he actually left the parking lot, followed by some family members, and then a few minutes later returned to the parking lot at CIS, drove through the parking lot, and then left the parking lot again.
Now, authorities say that final exit occurred at 12:49 p.m. Just 11 minutes later, police say Hinton plowed right into Henderson, who was operating a traffic light at the intersection of Martin Luther King Drive and Burnett Woods. A detective on this case claims video footage shows Hinton first stopping in a left turn lane before increasing the car's speed.
The vehicle accelerated quickly directly at where Deputy Henderson was standing.
Cincinnati police have not yet identified that officer who shot and killed Hinton's son. Prosecutors say they believe that Rodney Hinton Jr. just, quote, ran over the first officer he saw. Jay Shakur, WCPO 9 News.
Daniel Valencia, what's good? Salute to you too, brother, man. Listen here, man. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. And I don't believe it because I don't have to believe it. 2, I haven't been presented with enough evidence for me to go along with this is what it is. And 3, these people lie. Why would I believe them? Sounds like bullshit to me. Right? I want to see what Rodney saw. I want to see the footage that Rodney saw that put him in such a rage as a father that he went out and did what he did. That's the footage we need to see. And until y'all show us that footage, I don't believe nothing y'all saying. For all we know, this dude who he allegedly ran over could be involved somehow with his son's death. Right? I'm just saying, but I'm getting, we need to get to a point, y'all, where we just get out of the habit of condemning our brothers. Hold on real quick. I'm about to go let my nigga Nino in. I'll be right back. I got my brother Nino with me, man. You know what I'm talking about? I should go grab him a chair for real, man. I think he's gonna be good right there. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, though, y'all, man. What you say, Daniel? As a father, don't what I would do in that. Exactly, and I appreciate that honesty, Daniel, because we can all sit up here and say, as fathers, you know what I'm saying, what we would do, what we wouldn't do if we got in a certain situation. You know what I'm saying? We can say that we would do this, we would do that. But man, if you ain't been in it, you don't know what you would or wouldn't do, bro. You know what I'm saying? You might do some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You might not do nothing. You just never know. We can always say what we like to think we would do. You know what I'm saying? But as far as what we actually would do, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I don't like to do that either. I would like to think that in this situation, if this happened with me, if my baby girl was unfortunately gunned down by the police, I would like to think that I wouldn't do what Rodney did. Right? But at the same time, I'm not going to fault Rodney for what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, we ain't seen the footage that Rodney saw. And I'm going to keep saying that. They keep showing us the footage they want us to see. The footage we need to be asking about is the footage that Rodney saw that threw him in such a fit of rage that he went out and mowed that damn cop down allegedly with his car, because we don't even know if he did that. Where's the footage of that at? Y'all got the footage of everything else but that. Right? You know what I'm talking about? This is crazy, man. Wow, man.
ChatGPT, can I make money on Airbnb with $0? Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The footage they showed y'all, the footage they show is not, it's not clear footage, man. I'm sorry, man. It's just not. And I know y'all probably done seen it too. You feel me? Y'all done seen it. Like, come on, you can't sit here and tell me you saw that footage and like, they said he had a gun, man. They said he pointed a gun at him, man. Why is that not clearly shown on the body camera footage that they showing us? Look like Ryan got a purse on. Keep telling you niggas about wearing them damn purses, man. You feel this nigga had a purse on. Oh my God, rest in peace to the bro. He had a damn purse on, running away from the cops. And they telling, see, and all this, that's what I'm saying, we gotta, they saying that it was a stolen car, but I'm hearing other sources saying that it was a car that was repossessed. Now, if it was, now doesn't, you know, it's some context to that, right? Like, if you got a car, right, and you ain't paying the note on that son bitch, and they come to repossess the joint, my fault. They come to report your joint, bro. Pause, right? At that point, if you ain't made no payments and they come get the car and you prevent them from getting it, at that point, that is a stolen vehicle. I want y'all to understand and know that, right? And that's what I'm saying. That's even make it worse on Rodney's part, because that cop, they saying wasn't nothing to do with his. But how do we to know that that cop had nothing to do, was involved with what happened with his son, whether he was retired or not? See, that's what I'm saying, man. We just don't know the full aspect of what's going on, because like I said, we have not seen the footage that they showed Rodney that made him want to go do that, man. That's not the footage they showing us. And that's true. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying for young Ryan. Like, he had a purse on and was, I mean, it looked like he was reaching. I ain't gonna lie, it looked like he was reaching in it, but you couldn't clearly see anything in his hand. And even if that point, if he did have a gun in his hand, what we did not see was him pointing it at the cops. What I'm saying is cops need to know how to assess situations a little bit more tactically than us average citizens, is what I'm saying, man. He should be trained to the point to where, you know what I'm talking about, he, you know what I'm saying, going to wait until it's clear and present danger, you know what I'm saying, before he is a trained, I'm telling you, the police are trained shooters. They go to the range, they got to take tests, and they aren't trained to wound you. Let me repeat that. The police are not trained to wound you. They are trained to kill. Chest, head. That, and so you don't see no full torso targets. You see straight torso and head targets. That means it's designed to kill. And they ain't got arms connected to them. You notice that when you shoot them, it's a torso with no arms and a head. That means in this area right here, vital shots, vital organs, they're trained to kill, to shoot to kill. So understand, when you get into it with the police in any type of way, you understand that the police is trained to kill. So don't give them a reason to kill you. But on the other hand, cops, y'all should be able to assess the situation, since y'all are always armed and most citizens are not. Most citizens ain't looking for no smoke with the police involving some guns, man. You know, I'm just being real with y'all, man. Most people don't want no, we don't want no smoke. As tough as some of us might be, you feel me? As tough as some of us might be, we ain't waking up trying to get some smoke with the police, man. You know what I'm talking about? We ain't trying to get into it with squally, man. You know? Ain't nobody trying to die. You feel me? This is wild, man. It's not clear footage. You can look at
Thank
this
you so
footage.
much. We are leading the way on that breaking news today. Cincinnati police sharing new details about a chase that led to a suspect being shot and killed by police over in East Price Hill.
The mayor and Cincinnati's police chief sharing body camera video of the incident. WLWT News 5's Danielle Didak heard from Chief Fiji directly. Danielle, what did that video show?
Yes, Steven, this all unfolded very, very quickly. We're talking about 6 seconds from the time that
I'm
officer
already hit, Daniel. That's some facts.
until he shot and killed that armed suspect. So I want to have you take a look at some of this video as I explained to you what Chief Fiji broke down for us today. So she said this all started with a stolen Kia out of Edgewood, Kentucky, that was spotted at the complex on Warsaw Avenue. When officers arrived, they saw four suspects take off running. Fiji said officers took different suspects to follow. One suspect was armed with a gun, and at one point, with officers saying he did hit the ground and that gun hit the ground. That person then ran between the dumpsters, and officers yelled out that that person had a gun. Another officer who was chasing another person at the time came in contact with that armed suspect, and that's when that officer fired off 4 to 5 shots. That man was hit twice and then was given medical care right away, but he did die. Officers did find a gun on him with an extended magazine in another in his pocket.
Unfortunately.
That's what I'm saying, man. Why is that not on footage? Why can't we supposed to take the police word for that is what I'm saying. If they found the gun on his person when the cops approached him, clearly that would be on the body cam, right? Clearly? Am I bugging? Am I bugging for asking that question? If they remove a firearm with the extendo and the spare mag on his person, is that not what the body cam footage would show? Maybe that's what Rodney saw, but got the full scope of what actually happened, right? Maybe that's what they're not showing us. I'm saying, I don't believe in nothing these people say, man.
You got to think, she just contradicted herself. She said that the suspect was running, dropped the gun, ran between the car. The other cop didn't know he was there. He came.
Thank you, Nino.
And then shot him, and then the gun was found.
Well, if he dropped the gun, how was it found on this person?
Right. And then you see him running between another car, and then the other cop engaged, and then he shot him. All in 6 seconds. So how the fuck did he reach like that?
And then he ran between 2 trash cans, though.
Yeah, 2 trash cans.
My whole thing is, if he dropped a gun, how was the gun found on his person? That's the whole thing right there. Sound like some bullshit to me, man. That's all I'm gonna say, man.
This is a potential outcome when you interact with police and you are armed with a weapon, whether it's an edged weapon, a firearm, or if you fail to comply, you're armed and you fail to comply with what an officer.
Fail to comply.
Yeah, she said it right.
Listen to the catchphrases I tell y'all. I tell y'all to listen to these catchphrase words, man. Listen to what these words is. Comply. Comply or die.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now, you can sit up here and say that Ryan was involved with the theft of a vehicle, right? According to who? I say all this, y'all, because I'm saying I don't believe the police, man. Let me just be honest with y'all, man. I don't believe anything they say. They telling us this car was stolen from somewhere in Kentucky, but haven't corroborated that though. Right? Who was it stolen from in Kentucky? Who reported it stolen? When was it reported stolen? Huh? Was a column strip, right?
They determined all that in 6 seconds.
I'm just saying though, these are the questions we got to start asking. They say they stole the car from somewhere in KY. When did the car go report it stolen in KY? Who reported it stolen? right? Where's the footage, if any, of a ring cam footage, or because most people got ring cams and all that, even in rural areas, right? I'm just saying, I got questions, man. I don't believe stuff just because they say it. Just like they sit up there and contradicted themselves, saying they found the damn pistol on the boy person, but they said he dropped the goddamn gun. So what y'all saying, he had multiple guns. Now he got more than one gun on him. Is that what y'all saying? Y'all saying had a person. Wrestling asked about nigga Ryan, man. Y'all saying my little homie had a purse full of pistols? Is that what y'all alluded to? Y'all saying he had a purse full of pistols? Come on, y'all, man. I'm just saying, man. I know police is just regular folks, just like us, man. But then again, to some extent, they ain't, man. Because they live by a code that most of us don't live by, man. And police is damn near a gang. You know what I'm talking about?
Officer says, this is where we end up. And it is unfortunate. It is preventable. And no officer wants to go through this. I don't want families to go through this. But at the end of the day, we have to provide the safest city that we can provide.
Now, Fiji did go on to say that during an interview, the officer said that the suspect pointed the gun at him. He did feel threatened, and he did feel threatened for his life. Now, we also learned that there was another stolen gun found in that stolen car. Lots to unpack here. We'll have much more coming up for you later on at 4, 5, and 6. Reporting live, Danielle Dindak, WLWT News 5.
Danielle Dindak leading the way for us on this story. Danielle, thank you so much. Now, there were other suspects involved here. 2 of them in that stolen vehicle were eventually at.
Damn. Why won't the little dude drop the gun, though? Oh, shit. Y'all see this, man?
Crazy. That happened in New Mexico.
Wow. Now let's stand off with the police, man.
And then the police either shot at them or they shot at the police. But you talking about he don't want to 48 a kid. That means he don't want to shoot. He don't want to kill a kid.
All right. Stuff getting crazy out here, man. You know? What do you say? In the 80s, that fanny pack full of money, today Gucci pack. All right, man. I was used to clown niggas back in the day when they were them fun boy ass fanny packs, man. Them shits was fun. It was fun boy. Them shits was gay as hell, man.
And then they wearing that little curse shit. That shit is wild.
Yeah, the same shit, man. Niggas was wearing fanny packs back in the day.
So I mean, I bought a cop for this nigga, right? And this nigga was like, yo, he told me he got some ace. So he had him in little baggies, you know, little funny looking baggies and shit. I guess nigga spin his shit around. I told that nigga, cool, bro.
I'm good, bro. He spun it around like he spun it around his body.
I'm like, nigga, my mom did that shit.
You might find out you niggas got to work. Y'all got the bags in the bag and swinging around like somebody asked for your a peppermint or some shit like that. Man. You looking in your,
I did that shit, bro. I was like, yo, my mom did that exact move. I asked for some change.
You looking for your purse like somebody just asked you for some loose change. Y'all niggas stop wearing no purses, man. But it looked like Lil Ryan had a purse on him. And it appeared as if he was reaching into it, right? My whole thing is their story ain't matching up with what they telling us, man. It ain't matching up to what we see on the camera either. You know what I mean? Like, he clearly wasn't pointing a gun at the police. At no point of all the footage we saw did we see Ryan pointing the pistol at the police. So if there is footage of him pointing the pistol at the police, they ain't showed it to us. Or he ain't pointing no pistol at the police at all. Because it's not on, you know, he didn't do it, so it's not on camera. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Like I said, don't believe the police just because they say something, man. I don't mean it's true. These people lie. They regular folks just like us, remember? You know? Regular people just like us. We know what I'm saying? We can't even corroborate their story. And that's why I think what made Rodney go off the chain, because he seen the footage that we ain't saw. He seen the footage that we haven't been shown, which clearly shows the police basically butchering his boy. Well, they ain't really had no reason to. He dropped the gun. Clearly, the picture of the gun. Listen here, y'all. And I'm gonna come up for this because this is ill. And I'm not bragging or boasting because this is one of my day one niggas sitting next to me right here, right? And we've been through some shit with each other. You hear me? Right. Shit that we would never talk about on a YouTube goddamn live stream. Never. But I can't say that. I can't say this though, that I've been in enough, let's say, hood situations to where I could look at a gun, picture of a gun, I could tell that was a gun that was ditched. I could tell it was a toss, like, Ryan might have ditched the pistol, but still had the bag on, right? Right? Maybe in his, I'm not saying this was what happened. I'm just saying this is possibly a scenario. Maybe he had the other clip in the bag. That's what they say they got off his person, right? Possible. Maybe that's what he was reaching on, trying to get rid of. Maybe in his fit of nervousness. You know, I would imagine adrenaline pumping hard. You feel me? I would imagine. You understand what I'm saying? I would imagine. You know, he's real anxious, real nervous, not thinking straight, thinking that you know, you get in a situation like that, that's when you start having silly ass thoughts like, now you want to get rid of whatever, get gun or evidence or whatever. But one thing we didn't see on camera was this young man pointing the pistol at the police. At no point did we see him pointing the pistol at police. So like I said, we got to either go with it happened and his body cam somehow didn't capture that, or it didn't happen. Because the body cam should have not only captured Brian pointing the pistol at the cop, it should have captured them recovering, as they said, this so-called pistol from his body, which clearly when they showed us the picture of it, it clearly looked like it was tossed to the side. Was his body laying by a fence? Because it looked like where the gun was taking the picture of, like it's right like by a fence or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I analyze the picture and shit like that just because I've been in situations, you feel me? I'm gonna just say that. You know what I'm saying? And either way it go, they're not being 100% honest with us about this, though. I don't feel like I know enough information about this situation to say that what they're telling us is what happened. It don't add up. And you know, I'm a guy who analyzes and pays attention to what these people say because I know they lie. Case in point, they just sit there and said that he tossed the gun and turn right around and say that they retrieved the gun from his person. Like, which one is it, bro? Because it can't be both. Unless you're implying that Ryan had multiple pistols with him, which you never mentioned another pistol. So y'all gotta start critiquing and analyzing what they say like that to show that there's some bullshit behind most of this shit, man. And this is why I say this stuff is engineered in our society to create the environment for shit like this to happen, right? Y'all gotta understand what I mean by that, man. You know? Real talk, man.
Apprehended, and they made their first court appearances this morning. Jarrell Austin and DeAnthony Bullocks are accused of receiving stolen property and obstructing official business. A fourth person is still on the run. Austin is being held on a $50,000 bond. Bullock's bond is set at $40,000.
Tell them why should people
Right.
join us on May?
Just the all around messed up situation, man. You know, this young brother lost his life. As a result, his father is now probably about to go spend the rest of his life in prison. You know, a whole family is destroyed, community. The other cop, his family got to go through it. And all of this is creating, right, massive trauma. Because we all experiencing this at the same time. I want y'all to understand that this affects all of us to some degree, right? And this is exactly what's the design behind all of this stuff, man. Is to create massive psychological, you know what I'm saying, discomfort, you know, through trauma-based mind control. Please understand that, man. It's very serious. It's very real, man. If you aren't aware of what trauma-based mind control is, I suggest you inform yourself. Seriously. You know what I mean? Because we getting hit with it on a heavy level. My man Daniel said, I don't even wear a hoodie or face mask around any police at night time. That draws police attention. Shit, I know that's right, man. Ain't nobody trying to be on no scary shit, but at the same time, man, nobody about to sit up here and intentionally do things that we know draw attention from the police, man. You know what I'm saying? But man, we about to get up out of here, man. You know what I'm talking about? I just wanted to speak on this real quick. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to speak on this real quick. You know what I'm talking about? Because this is a crazy story right here, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's just crazy, man. You know what I mean? Rest in the essence to this young brother, man, because you know what I'm saying, it's messed up that he ain't here no more. You know, his dad stood up here. His dad stood up here and did what he did, man. And now I'm saying, like, man, like I said, I'm not saying that dude is justified in what he did, but I don't. At the same time, I don't blame him, man. Like, I can't blame him for for his rage. You know what I mean? Like I said, I ain't seen what he saw on that camera, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he's seen on that camera, man, put him in a fit of rage, man. I mean, they done did something to his boy that probably wasn't right, man. You know what I'm talking about? So hopefully, but he need his fair justice, just like everybody else involved needs their justice. He said, I gave those people too much time in my life. Don't worry, any kind of police. And I feel the same way, Daniel, man. Like, man, once you done sit up there and been in that who's gal, man, you used to spend years in a joint. You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to like intentionally do stuff to get yourself involved with the police, man. You know what I mean? You trying to stay all the way out the way, man. You know what I'm saying? But we about to get up out of here because y'all can see these niggas is being loud as fuck right now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm about to get up out of here, y'all, man. Listen, man. Rest in the essence, man. Damn, man. Crazy as hell, man.
So I'll let my favorite sister.
Right.
So I'm in the whole area. So
hold on, let me get to this song right here, man. All right, we go right here. Y'all know what it is, man. We might come back with a show later on the night. You did. I don't know, depending on how the evening go. You know. Rest in the essence, you know, Ronnie, man. Ronnie, hold your head, you know what I'm saying? Do your time like a man, whatever happens, man. Hold on real quick, y'all. Hold on. Let me put it up on the screen for y'all real quick.
That's not necessary.
What question is? It's going to hurt.
Task force, black force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E&E, running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the back team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on all of our black kings. All black everything, we got black tea. All black coffee, man, I don't add green. North give you all you need, no more caffeine. Close down the whole set, no more casting. Remove targets off our back like a black team. We keep growing up the game like a black team. Your girl got a problem with me, then get at me. I'm tired to a bumper, now you got a drag queen. You can't stop me, you old as jalopy. This is past me, and I got it photocopy. Caught up on film, flow tracks and sloppy. Trying to attack me, you a carbon copy. I see the heat like chimney blocks, and I charge for the hook. Put me in a penalty box. Man, I'm killing the ops while I look at my watch. All hands on deck like the time on the clock. Task Force, Black Force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E&E, running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on our black
Keep
things.
my grass cut low to catch a glimpse of the snakes. Devilish serpents with purpose to steal your cake. Smiling in your face while they got their eyes on your safe. Yeah. Boy, that hatred, man, they make you do some foul things. Switch up on your niggas like the numbers when the Dow change. When I'm worth a million, still a grind like a broke. Take it for granted, should be gone in the proof of smoke. Better put your plan in action, niggas get you used to hope. Formulated the plan, calculated the steps. 2020, my vision, see my way to the check. Only way is up, I made my way to the steps. Look, only way to move is building kingdom shit. Niggas won't make a move, want you to bring them shit. But God bless the child, they can hold his own. They want to give you numbers in his cell like a mobile phone. But fuck a cop, any wicked, you this was just fuck. Cause niggas on the edge, there for you to push. Bullets loaded tight up in that magazine. Bring a nightmare to American dreams.
Task Force, Black Force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E&E, running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on our black kings.